What I need to do is set up a door. Let's do the door right there. So let's go entity, interactable, doors. Let's make a blueprint, actor. Let's call this a door. Go up, add a basic cube, compile. Let's throw this here. Okay, so that's about where its collidey guy is. Let's go back here. Let's change its collision to no collision. Excuse me. And then let's get a box collider. I'm going to set that as the root component. It's going to block all dynamic. And then for now, I'm just going to adjust it like so. Yay. Hit N to drop it. Popping over. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's about a scale of 5, and then probably about a scale of 5 upward. And that seemed to be the y-axis. So we'll do 5, maybe 5 by 4, something like that. Compile. I'm gonna lift it up. Hit end. It's a little wide there. So let's do a 4.5. So that collider is a little large. So let's back that off just a little bit. Compile, boom. And again, that should be 5 wide. Perfect. So this door is going to be locked. Right now it's going to stay a little gray box looking thing. And we need a way to know when it's locked, type of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say is locked, like so. And I'm going to set this at the beginning to true. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to make a custom event. I'm going to call it open. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, if is locked is false. Actually, you know what? That's kind of funny. Because why don't I just do this instead? We're going to get rid of that. And I'm just going to say open is destroy actor. Kind of like that. And what we're going to do is when this item is picked up, this will happen. And so I suppose one way I'm going to go about it is inside of, it would be entity, interactables, helpful to player, shotgun pickup. You know, we can call an event off here. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an event dispatcher. And I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to call this open first door. Because when we pick up the shotgun, I want it to be able to, you know, open that door, so to speak. So back here on door, we're actually going to go back to event begin play. And I'm going to say bind, let's see here, bind open first door. I might even have to, yeah. What I'm going to have to do is do a actor here. I'm going to call this shotgun pickup. I'm going to call this a, yeah, this is a pickup object reference. We're going to set this. I'm going to just, there's two ways we could set this here. I could make this eyeball open and then in the inspector set it. I think that would be fine for this purpose. But here I'm just going to say find actor of classer. So get actor of class like this. And we're going to do shotgun pickup. Return value is this. This is on begin play. So that the door knows about the shotgun. And then here off this I can say bind event open first door. This will happen. Compile, save. So this door here, I'll be able to pass. Once I get the shotgun, it'll be open. Now, how do we communicate that is open to the player after we did that? So I think a cinematic is something that would be reasonable here. So I'm going to say in game, I'm going to do a new folder called cinematic. In here, I'm going to hit this level sequence guy, add a level sequence. I'm going to go into game and then cinematic, and I'm going to call this simple open door, and then I'm going to hit this create a camera, current cut. We're currently piloting this camera, it's this guy here. I'm going to right click and use my mouse or my WASD. We're actually going to get a camera shot, something like this right there, and all we really need to set is the transform. I'm going to set these as well. This cinematic will play for, let's say minute 20, something like that, more than enough time. And then to get out of piloting, I'm going to right click here and click eject. Stop piloting cinematic actor. So there we have it. And there's a couple places where we could do this, but I think the door is fine here. So I'm going to do a variable level sequence. Call this door cinematic. Level sequence type. Object reference. I'm going to compile. If we grab that, we can actually set its default value here. And then we should be able to do, it's like get sequence or something like that. So we got to grab the sequence off here and then play. See if I can find the right node here. Yeah, so I think it says create level sequence player, I believe, and off of that return value, I should be able to do play. And so this here will play. You know, destroying the actor is good and all. It was a good test, and we're going to keep that test for only a second, just to kind of show this. And then we're actually going to delay by like, give it like a full 2 seconds or something. This is, you know, just a test for now. Grab the weapon. Right, so notice how it's, we didn't get to really see anything. It's because we kind of do need, oh, excuse me, let me get some water. It's because we kind of need a delay here as well, of some kind. Like we're delaying 2 seconds, delay. And there's, notice how we have this moving HUD. When we grab the gun, we also have that HUD. Okay, so you kind of can see the point there, right? But again, destroying the actor, this is kind of lame. So what we'll do, and we may or may not keep these delays here, but we know that we want to play. So play movie like this. We know we want to play this when this happens, but we also want this actor to, you know, kind of be, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of be a little bit more polished to simply just having it, you know, delete itself isn't quite the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into modeling like this, and we're going to grab a box, and I'm going to place the box. And then I'm going to go to Xform, and I'm looking for a pivot guy. Yeah, the edit pivot is what I really want to get to. So, oh yeah, I gotta hit accept. Yep, so edit pivot here. Basically, we want the pivot point. It actually might be great for us. Yeah, let's leave it there. So I'm gonna just hit accept there. And this box is our box. It would be, I believe, yeah, right there. I'm going to delete that. And here I'm going to rename pivot change, kind of like that. And just kind of make sure that is our box there. Yeah. So this guy here, let me get out of modeling mode. This guy here can actually take in that as its mesh. So call it pivot change like that. And you can see where its pivot point is now. The reason I did that pivot change is I want to go about shrinking the box from top to bottom. So I'm going to do a V interp 2. And I'm going to do this for its scale here. So we're gonna get our cube like this. I'm gonna get scale, and I'm going to just use that. So we're gonna say, hey, this is my current scale, and I want to go to the same scale, except we're shrinking the Z. So X is going to be the same, Y is going to be the same, Z is going to be 0. Right here we need world delta seconds, and then we need some type of, hey, how fast is this going to be? I'm going to promote this to a variable. It's fine being called interp speed. If we hit compile, come over here, I'm going to say 2. So all of this on its own doesn't do anything, right? We're grabbing its scale, like, hey, we want to go to this scale at this speed, but we need to actually set its scale, right? So if I do cube, set world scale 3D, boom, custom event, shrink door is what I'm going to call it. We're going to plug it in there, and I'm going to call shrink door like that, and from here we're going to say play movie. Compile, save, going to go back here. So once I grab this gun now, oh, that wasn't that wasn't actually anything that I thought it would be. So let's just kind of take a look here. Might not want this, so to speak, because this is its relative scale. Let's see here. So one way to go about that is cube there's a couple things I want to check. So first thing I want to check here in the viewport, we know that this cube is actually scaled at 111. Okay, that's probably because of this whole doohickey I did here. Right, one cube would be 5, 4, or yeah, no, 5, 4, 1. Is there a box extent still? Yeah, that's what I had wrong there. At least part of it. Scoot that box down. Shrinking that in and popping it out just a little bit. Let's go back to our viewport here. And what I want to look at too, real quick, is we're going to print this, and I want to see if it is 154. So play 154. So that is the proper variable, is this. And then, excuse me. All right. So the other thing, notice that there was just kind of a snap too. And if we just kind of play it again, you'll see what I mean. So if I touch this, nothing really will happen. A couple reasons. This should be happening more of like a on tick type thing. So the shrink door here. So we'll do a event tick, shrink door, take a boolean, make that of that type. So boom, shrink door like so. And then here, kind of like that. So let's try this again. So we see shrink. It shrunk kind of fast too. And you know we can kind of mess with that speed. So I think like a 1.2 would be kind of epic. So boom, player starts. They run this way, and they're like, okay, well, can't go that way, and then they may see this, they may see before. Boom. Now they know, hey, that's open. But one thing I want to do is, once this happens, I'm actually going to do a delay. And we're going to delay it for, I don't know, like a second or so. And then we're just going to destroy the actor. Because what's the point of having it kind of there when it's not there, right? It's nice to have it be able, ooh, wow. It's nice to be able to have it shrink. It has that nice little bit of polish to it that way. But there really is no point in keeping it there after the fact. So, that's kind of nice, doing it like so. On this guy here, so real quick, we're going to go to Game, Entity, Interactable, Helpful. I made it pick up Base. Now, Base has a Spotlight, Niagara Effect, Static Mesh. Both the health up and the shotgun kind of grab from that. That's why they both do the spinny. But for the Spotlight on this guy, I think a little bit more red light would make just a little bit more sense. It is a Blue Cross, so we are not affecting the Geneva Convention, as surprisingly you can do as being a game developer. So here's the thing though. We have a door, and we have this building, and it's very bland, and we have no enemies. So, that's kind of a thing. We need to do a couple things here, and I'm not sure which one I want to do first. But I think for the sake of what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead, go to Materials, and I'm going to say for map, I'm going to make a material, and I'm going to call this Base Coat, and I'm going to make it 1 in the roughness, 0 in spec. I'm going to hold 3 and left click. And we're actually going to right click, convert this to a parameter. I'm going to call this color. And similarly, 3 click, 3 click. And we're going to do metallic. Do I care about spec? Not really. I'm going to do emissive here. I'm going to convert, and I'm going to call this metal. And I'm going to convert, and I'm going to call this emissive. Apply, save. I'm going to back out. And I'm going to create a material instance here. I'm going to call this one door. So inside MI door under global, I'm going to check this and this. So our metal color, go a little bit of a blue there. And then this guy, boom. So door, viewport, cube, mi underscore, what do I call that? Door? Then the rest of this place, let's do something different. Let's do a lighter color. Something like that. Okay, that's fine. And then let's do like a floor guy. Kind of thinking like a brown floor. A little bit of a missive maybe. Something subtle. Little bit of a clash there. Ooh, yeah, definitely a little bit of a clash. Maybe we bring that floor tone down. It does pop. I think with the door then, just a little tiny bit of a missive. Okay, I'm going to close out my materials now. And all of these real quick. Get kind of a nice little... not digging that. Not digging that color at all. Yeah, it's probably fine. It's a little bright. Okay, so what we're gonna do here. We're going to do a couple things, I think. First, I'm going to file save, and then I'm going to open another project. The reason being, I have a cell shader that I made in another project called Talisman that I think would be quite useful here. I think that's fine. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah, so Talisman, not really working on it at the moment. You can fly around. Whee! But what we came here for is the cell shader. So this whole thing. So I wonder if I can do right-click, migrate, and then we're going to do GitHub game content. I'm going to do file, open project, GitHub game. Boom, we do have our shaders. Now I remember there is a couple settings I have to change here. Now, those settings that I have to change, I don't really remember. But I do know that here on YouTube, there's a cell shader guy where I followed the tutorial for this. And it is, in fact, this guy. That is advanced one. This is the one I'm looking for.
Stop obsessing over cool mechanics.
Yeah, so, commercials and all that. I'm going to do closed caption like that, and I'm just going to kind of look here. Because he creates a shader. I'm just kind of skipping forward. Waiting for it to load, just kind of skipping forward here. This is a great video, by the way. But yeah, I'm just kind of skipping forward like this. That looks like Woofy Glick. I don't think he designed a piece of paper. Skipping along here. Because it's not the making of it that I quite need right now. It is the volume stuff he messes with, and I think we're about there. So it creates material instance, and he's in a post-process volume. So I think he creates that volume. Do post-process volume, and then kind of looking here. Types of material. There's an array that he adds to. So go here. Believe this is correct, and I think I'd want mi underscore. Just kind of watching what he's doing real quick. And his had a sudden change. I do wonder what else he changed before then. So I do believe there's a spot in like the middle of the video or in the early beginning where he changed a couple things. I think they have to do with like lumen, the directional light, that type of stuff. So it makes a folder, makes his material. So it's just showing that you can go from lit to detail lighting type of thing right there. I'm just going to take a look at the cell shader real quick. Yeah, looks relatively the same. Yeah, okay, so global illumination method, none. And then the reflection method. None. I know he sends his skylight to static. I don't really think that's necessary. I mean, well, did do something there. How much of the advanced shader did I get done? Actually, a surprising amount. I wonder, then, Mr. Post-Process Volume, Material, just going to kind of bring this off and open it that way. Not really seeing any of the changes occur. I feel like I'm missing one big thing here. I remember there is something here that he must have done at some point before he makes the material, because I'm not having any of these changes actually take effect here.
Started. Along with some new tricks I've learned to help you here, and you'll be available like to enter 50 clever. Let's get in and do is just to make a materials folder if I don't already have one. I'll create a folder. M_pp for open this up. Material output pin and find or deal with these. Anyway, so if I would expect from, I'll just get the first pin. This input 0 means 0 in our lighting. If you go back to your level and change it from lit to detail lighting. This returns a similar channel of information, and basically we're going to use this. I'll change this back to lit, saturate, disengage, or essence, and white, bands like paid. And this, just to make that, we'll keep it lighting and dark. We shadows are the sky, but that we'll just call it maybe not like this. Will be this art. Next, we just need an off. So if then on that are far, save. Let's look. We can set a right click on our material here and create materials out of it. Then we can save, and good to go ahead and close out of this. And then we just need to right click on our material here and create material instance. I'll just leave it the same name since I only have the one. All right, now we can click on our post-process volume and search for material. And then there should be an array here under post-process material. You can have multiple post-process materials in here, but for ours, obviously, we just have the one. So we'll click this plus one time and then the choose.
Feel like I'm still missing something here. So post-process Unreal Engine not taking effect. Infinite extent unbound. That sounds about right. So here, post-process. There it is. Took a hot second and looks very bad, which is fine. Directional light. Oh yeah, that is terrible looking. Post-process volume. Let's go back to material here. Let's try the advanced shader. Looking a little wild. I'm not sure if I like that. It's a little dark there. Now that we actually have it going, let's try to adjust this. Just kind of adjusting some of these things, seeing what it affects in the scene. That's kind of got a nuts look to it. Hold yeah. That's looking crazy, guys. I kind of like that. It's looking a bit fucking nuts. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's looking nuts. Damn. I'll take it for now. I mean, that's just... Don't try that at home. It's like, what in the world? Okay, so we need enemies, guys. What fun is a Doom-like thing without enemies? That is looking a bit nuts there. So we're gonna need another volume, believe it or not. This volume is going to be a nav mesh bounce volume. This is going to be... Boop, boop, boop. Trying to get it lined up a bit with the actual floor here. Kind of like so. Then we're going to make this thing quite large. I would say like a... figured like a 20 by 20, but that's actually probably too small. Yeah. Let's do 50 by 50. Basically, I just want to make sure the entire map is covered in this nav mesh. Something like that. I'm going to hit P. So where things are green, enemies can move. About to get wild. So here, let's do game entity enemy basic. It looks like we had this guy. That ain't gonna be anything. Let's just kind of take a look here. Looks like I had ideas for mid and advanced. And then let's go into systems here. I do see AI. This is kind of where I want to start. Type in AI controller. Right there. And we're going to call this basic. So BP basic AI controller. So move to actor. This is a move to location. So let's say we wanted an enemy who could like go back and forth. Make a timeline. Call this something like that. I'm going to add a float track, and I'm just going to add 2 keys here. At time 0, I'm going to say the value is 2, and I want this duration to be at 3. For the second guy, I'm going to say at time 3, value is going to be -2. I'm going to hit these. It kind of syncs them up so we can see the whole thing. I'm actually going to do autoplay and loop. And that could do something like this. This would kind of have him, or the thing, move back and forth. Now the destination here, for an enemy itself, you know, we could have like a target destination type thing. For now, I will. So I'm going to call this like a roam target. Do this as a vector, and I'm going to say get the roam target. That's your destination. Now, what is this, right? So that's a couple things we got to figure out here. One thing could do, so like in here, for example, this nice big green area. I'm going to come into entity, enemy, basic, right click, blueprint class, do an actor. I'm going to call this roam target. And I'm going to put the target relatively right there. And then the basic enemy himself. So let's just kind of take a look here. We do want to keep this. This is a nice event knockback type thing. Now the mesh here, I don't really want. So I'm going to use a default skeletal cube here. Can make him larger. That, and then maybe like a something kinda not really, but you know, maybe a 1.5. This will be fine for now. What we could do here. Now notice how it doesn't seem to enjoy what it's on. I'm pretty sure there is a thing here, and it's like I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like affecting. So for one, we're gonna want place in world or spawned. Here I'm gonna want BP basic AI controller, and then there is a, I forget exactly what it's called. I swear it's like affect or affect, can affect navigation or can ever affect. I feel like it's something like that. Yeah, that seems about right. Relatively. And so this basic AI controller needs this this roam target. This guy here. So get AI controller cast to BP basic AI controller. So we're going to set the roam target, and here in our variables I'm going to have a target location. Going to be a vector, and we're basically going to just have this thing go back and forth. There's a nice little test here. So if we compile, this roam target is the destination in a sense. Trying to think here, because it's not quite like that. Let me do file save all. I'm going to look at another project here. GitHub detention. So I know I have done this quite recently. Well, damn. There you have it. Control C that. And then we're going to go back to the other project. Kind of the nice thing about Unreal is being able to share different nodes and whatnot between blueprints, even in completely different games. So I'm going to paste. So this is basically what we want here. So I'm going to delete that. We're going to take a look here. So this is begin play. And it looks like we're going to need some things. This walk target location. So I'm going to call this walk target location. And then original location. Looks like we're going to need. Original location, that's a vector. You'll get this from time to time. If I compile, it'll fail. It's because we don't have location 1. That is the blueprint that we want to go towards. So we call that roam target in this case. So I'll add location 1. This is going to be a roam target object reference. So we have a Boolean found. And then yes, this part I don't need. This, you know, we may need, this is really like it chasing, so I technically do need that later. Not quite sure what I was setting there. Oh, it is the target. The target is BP player. Yep. Target. Boom. I'm gonna save. Compile. So we do have target now. That should be that. Check timer. It's a little bit mad at us. So we'll do a float. Chase timer. So you're going to want to change variable types as well. So there's just kind of a lot of, fixing this here. That seems fine. Timeline seems broken here. So we'll add a track. Add key again at 0. We're going to want like 3, and at 3 we're going to want like a -3. Compile. So if this is greater than 0, we're doing 1, otherwise we're doing the other. The only thing mad yet. would be this. And so I'm going to do a collider. Compile. Come over here to collision. I'm going to hit no on this and it's just in the way. We're going to do a custom because we do have custom channels there. Compile. All right, so on begin play, we set our original location. We have a walk target. We're going to set our location or walk target based off that location. By the way, I'm going to hit the eyeball there. And then for this enemy, if we look, should have a target right there. And we want that thing over there. It's going to be called like a roam target. Oh, wrong one. Interesting. Oh, not target. Location 1, my bad. Yep, that's a roam target. So the idea is it should walk back and forth between the two. Just need the AI stuff. So systems, AI, basic. Pretty sure we'll just need a, like, who has this controller. From here, I'm going to cast it to a BP basic enemy. From that basic enemy here, we are going to get the roam target or walk target. Because that's what the overall location is always going to be. You know what? What we'll do is this will be a variable. And we will grab it like this.